I'm so excited because we're going to be seeing you in this new series, Lucky Hank. What's the
Yes.
premise for this series, and how was your character Missy originally described to you?
Well, I am first of all so excited to watch it myself. I'm going to be a fan. It's based on the book Straight Man that came out in the I guess that was the early 90s, and it's it's a comedy but very real. So in some ways, unlike a normal 30-minute sitcom or comedy show, it really dives in to the nitty gritty of being a human and human experience, and each character gets to develop. So it's going to be a very, very beautifully toned show. My character, Missy, is a kind of zany news reporter, to put it nicely, that works in the same town as this university and kind of doesn't fit in. You know, you'll see me the first time I appear in a pink jumpsuit in a sea of wool and plaid and dark colors. And it took everything in me to not die laughing every second with like every single actor on that show, aside from me, was a genius comedian. So my job was just not to laugh. Right.
It must be hard to keep it together though during takes because there's such great comedic actors on set the whole time. But I know you're a pro at it. What were
There are moments.
were you excited to share a scene with someone or someone's in particular?
Honestly, all of them. It's been a dream to be in comedy since I was a little girl and fell in love with I Love Lucy. Like it was my religion to watch Lucille Ball. Uh, I've Bob Odenkirk. I mean, what else can you say? That guy is a genius. He's exactly the same in person. Like he's so sincere. When I was doing my takes on the first day, of course, I was anxious and nervous as we always are. And he wasn't in that first scene that I was in, and he came up and he was present and guiding me through it and giving me great feedback and kind of easing the nerves. And he another really sweet thing, I showed up on set and he'd handwritten a note to me saying thank you for being a part of this show. And honestly, I that's it made me want to cry. Like for someone at that level to still truly care about the little people. And to make you feel at ease and in that way encourage you to do your best. So definitely Bob. Oh my gosh, he was amazing.
Were you familiar then with any of your other co-stars before working with them?
Yes. So I'm probably not going to say his name right, but Dietrich Bader, love him, love him. I was in most of my scenes with him, and oh my God, like so whenever the scene would end, they just leave it rolling. The cameras would just keep rolling, and he would say these like under the breath things that were possibly the most hilarious lines I've ever heard. And again, I would just try and follow his lead because he would lead us into these hilarious. Comedic geniuses are so fun to be around because they're so genuine. There's no pretense. They're just there, and it encourages you to be there too. To follow where they're going. But and then Susan Pryor, I love her in Silicon Valley, and she was a gem on set. She stood up for us women every time. Like she was just always there and encouraging us. And she gave me a really cool piece of advice where in comedy, because it was my first real experience. She's like, always jump on their line so they can't cut you. I thought that was brilliant. Just in drama you can kind of pause, but in comedy it's a different pace. So I learned a lot from her.
Sounds like a wholly special experience, complete
Yeah.
every moment of it. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you can tease, but were there any on-screen moments or or maybe some episodes that viewers should really look out for when it comes to Missy being on screen?
Definitely four. I'll say to watch. I mean, watch all the episodes because they're all going to be amazing. But four, is when I might make a special appearance, and some fun plot turns will occur that kind of loop me deeper into the faculty at the university. Like, how do I say things without saying things right? Yes, that's all.
Don't want to push the boundaries.
I I know, I'm like just enough. But honestly, the whole show is brilliant. The writing, everything from the executive producers down, it's a really good show. I am going to watch it, which I cannot handle watching myself. So it'll be, it means it's that good. So
I was just going to ask, what do you think it is about Lucky Hank that's going to make it a Fast fan favorite series?
I think the bold honesty. I think we're all at a place, especially after the last few years, where you kind of don't want the minutia. You want to see real people. You want to see what you're going through in a story told by these characters versus, I think art ebbs and flows and kind of follows where we are as people. And at least for me and the people around me, it's things that are resonating right now are just those heartfelt, truthful, transparent stories that make us feel less alone.
Do you have any other upcoming on-screen projects in the works?
So far, that's it as far as things coming up. Otherwise, I finished my album. So I was actually most of last year in the studio, and we just finished that. And so actually heading to film a music video this week, and trying to really focus on getting that done because I've been that's been a long time coming. And then you never know. I mean, it's the entertainment industry is so funny. It's you'll have nothing, and then the next day you have a billion things you're doing, and then you'll have nothing, and then a billion things. And I think you have
And
to
then they're
love
like,
that, or
oh,
else
it's
you
one
go
o'clock. Can
crazy.
you be here at 2 p.m. for an on-camera interview?
Yeah, you've got the role. It starts in 2 minutes. Oh, after a year of silence. But I kind of love that. It keeps you on your toes, and as much as it requires a pretty thick skin and a lot of faith, it's fun. It's a pace I like.
My goodness, you do have some new music coming out here shortly. We're super excited to hear that. Are you able
Well,
to
thank
tease
you.
any themes you'll be exploring on it?
Yeah. So this record I joke about as being the record I've been making since I was a kid. I fell in love with the 1940s at a very young age. And it's the music that really, 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 truly moves me, and that I will sit at the piano and play at 2 in the morning when I need to be kind of soothed. And this record is very much me returning to those roots in a way that I didn't have the courage to before. And this album came as a result of many, many, many letdowns and setbacks and heartbreaks. And I made it an intention with this to again be as transparent, as real, and as vulnerable inside of the music as possible. And like, so you hear my breaths. I tried to keep it as unpolished and real as possible. And yeah, so I'm so excited. It's very romantic. It's very much an ode to romance, shall we say? A bit of a time traveling piece, but very contemporary.
Will there be a tour then to accompany it?
I'm sure there will be. We're in the works of lining that all up right now. So probably check back late summer, early fall, and something will be popping up.
What would you like to say then to everyone who are fans and supporters of the work you do, whether it's on our screens or the music you make?
I love you. Truly, it's I do it because I feel like the fans, or the people that want to listen to me or want to watch me are like the blood in my veins, because I know how easy it is to lose that because I lost it before. And so I mean, sometimes at the worst of my moments, I'll just sit and imagine everybody in the audience smiling, and it keeps me going. So thank you for for sticking it out, and for the for respecting resilience and loving art, because we need art right now. We need real art, like genuine stories, genuine music, just real expression of what it's like to be in this crazy thing called life. Because it's pretty crazy right now. So thank you.